Okay, we are pretty much out of time, but we'll allow one more question. Gentleman, there was a gentleman up there with a question, and I'm going to allow him to ask his.
Steve Sheep from Gardner. I think there was an earlier question that was posed by the panel that talked about public-private partnerships and working with private corporations to do economic development within Johnson County. Of course, we have the Southwest Johnson County Economic Development Corporation. We have the Chambers of Commerce in the different cities in Johnson County. And we know that the county commission and their role in promoting business development within the county works with those organizations to help to bring additional economic development in. What I and a lot of people in this county are opposed to, however, is utilizing county funds, county infrastructure, county resources to give one business or one industry favor over other businesses and industries. And I wanted to get your feedback, your understanding, your ideas as to where that cooperation begins and ends, and where corporate welfare or corporate enrichment at the expense of the taxpayer begins.
Do you all understand the question?
Is the question related to NSF that we are favoring one organization?
Tax abatements, perhaps?
I think a lot of that has to do with tax abatements, yes, absolutely. Tax abatements as well as tax incentives.
I guess when's the best time to do that, and when isn't? When isn't the best time? John?
Well, I'll just start, and I'll make it short. Whenever I hear the word partnership, or partnering with the government, I go into defense mode, because to me it means taking some of the government money, the people's money, and investing it in a business, which can really be seen as speculation. Would we speculate and invest in a small business that may be just a startup? So I have very serious reservations and questions about so-called partnerships, but I do believe in economic development, and I do believe that there is a role of government to cut taxes, cut spending, to be the tide that raises all boats so that everyone benefits.
Ed, I guess the issue of abatement versus responsibility of taxpayers, responsibility of government to taxpayers.
Well, if I understand the question correctly, the ability to give abatements is one that's vested in the cities. So I think you'll find policies, city policies, very widely as to how they handle those particular processes. In the case of BNSF, that abatement process was up to Gardner at one time, or now Edgerton. So I think you'll find that policies vary, cities do things differently, but I think it's a fact of life today that little major economic development occurs without some kind of state assistance or local assistance.
I think inherent in his question is, how much authority does the county commission have to abate property? John?
I'm not sure the county has any authority to.
Well, I think that we do have the authority, and we certainly have the authority to oppose abatements that are offered by cities, because every taxing entity has that ability. In school, I think the school district of DeSoto,
they don't have much of a choice, if I recall.
Well, I think the school district of DeSoto actually opposed one in Shawnee. But anyway,
they can't stop it.
Well, I'm not sure. I think when they oppose it, it either takes a supermajority or they maybe can stop it. But I got started in politics, local politics, in Shawnee, opposing tax abatement, because our city was just going hog wild, in my opinion. And you got to compromise if you're going to make any kind of positive change in this business. And so, it was difficult, but because it really was a core principle of mine. But I did compromise over time. I still think it's wrong. I think it's unfair to the rest of the taxpayers. But as Commissioner Eiler pointed out, it's a lousy reality.
Annabeth Serban.
Well, we have no policy for tax abatements because it really is not what we do. We hold the land, we're the caretakers of the land for the cities to take it and develop it. So you find policies within cities. The real tragedy, I think, is when one city offers something to us, something from another city, and they move to another city. That's when the taxpayers really lose, because it's not adding any additional revenue to our new business to our county.
Okay. We have gone past our time. I want to thank you all for coming. You can certainly feel free to come down here and talk to any of the candidates, ask them any questions. I would like to add that people who are listening to this on the web, thank you for doing that. This will be on the website of the STARS Midwest Democracy Project and on www.gardneredge.com. So thanks for coming, and thanks for the candidates for being here. We got through a lot of issues.